Hello there, we're on the air. It's another curling night tonight from the Lake Tahoe Epic Curling Club, where we're bringing you the final draw of pool play for the 2024 Men's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. We have 2 games in action and 3 teams vying for playoff spots. I'll explain the situation as the game unfolds, as we're going to focus on our feature sheet, a contest between Team Malaret of Oval Curling of Utah taking on Team Chen of OC Curling. And looks like Malaret got the hammer to start the end as Brian pushes out of the hack, and that's Brian Forsyth. After Team Chen put up a rock in the house, drawing the play into the rings, the shooter rolls to the left edge of the 4-foot red ring. So Team Chen is playing for the playoffs on this sheet, as for Team Chen, Martin Blomgren gets set to deliver. There's 10 teams in the field here, and because of that we have 2 pools of 5 teams each. But this is a Pool B game. Looks like Gilbert and Betts have 3-1 records, and Team Chen is at 2-1. And if Team Chen wins this game, they're going to secure the second playoff spot, I believe. They might still be updating the draw shot challenge. So please don't quote me on it. Looks like Chen was able to draw into the top of the 4 foot. Looks like Malaret's blue is still shot. So if Chen wins, he will likely nab the second playoff spot. As it'll be, I need to probably do a little bit more research before I say for certain, because it would be a possible 3-way tie. They try to do head-to-head first to resolve the situation, and if head-to-head is like everyone played and lost 1, beat 1, then it would go to the draw shot. So I need to confirm that's what happens. Over on sheet B, we have a contest in Pool A between the tie for second right now between Team Pomeroy of Oval Curling and Team Fry of Wine Country, and only one team can win and nab the second playoff spot. The top playoff spot is going to Team Spangler. They are the only undefeated team in the field at 4-0. So we're going to focus on our feature sheet, so we're going to try to offer live look-ins when we can on sheet B. We'll see how effective I will be at doing that. But we definitely appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully we'll provide the best game we can tonight. As Trevor Dersch gets set to throw the rock for Malaret. Also might take a pause in the commentary to update our Facebook page. Let more people know that this game is happening. Definitely appreciate people tuning in. Pretty raucous warm room to start the game. As we see the net stroke coming for Team Chen. This is going to be Alec Mitchell, I think, throwing his last. And this is going to be a little up weight, make contact on that blue in the house, get it sent to the back 12. And we have some more laughter from eating. So looking at this head-on view, Chen is sitting shot, but it's open. Carl Malaret is sitting second shot in the back, 12 foot for Dersh's second stone. Both sweepers are really jumping on that rock, trying to hold the line, I believe. And it looks like it's going to just clip the red with enough momentum to get it out of the house, but the blue goes back and jams on the blue that was there. So it is still Malaret. Well, now it's Malaret sitting shots, and we're going to see Alex Solomon throw his first, and I'll be right back, folks.
It's like a reverse.
Getting towards the end of this first end here, Chen's takeout attempt was a little wide. It just kisses the shot stone. And sorry, we're seeing some stutter. So Malaret is sitting one open, and so the vice, Phil Blitz, is going to try to close the door. And then looking to see sheet B where they're at. Looks like they're close to the end of their first end. We're going to try to offer look-ins when we can. And that looks to be a pretty over curls. So I would have said it looks to be a pretty good guard, over curl though. And so we're gonna pop back in just a moment. So Chen is able to make that takeout. And so it looks like Malaret just wants to follow Chen down.
Chris, we're in.
So looking for a takeout here. And this is Carl's first, the skip for the team from Oval Curling. Trevor's just cleaning now, now digging in, looking for a hit, maybe a slight roll. They do get the roll. I probably maybe we'll just try to sweep it a little bit more. So now Chen's probably going to try to hit and roll undercover either way. Pretty loud in the warm room tonight, folks. I apologize for the noise. So with Alex beating Salmers with the broom down, looking for a takeout. They want to see some roll and really try to force Malaret to a single point. As Will delivers. And this live look, it might be kind of tricky if both teams, both sheets are playing their last rocks. I apologize for not missing that camera switch. So they hit and roll to the wing. So it looks like Malaret just go for the blank, actually, as Phil Blitz has the broom down for the hit and roll. So this is the last rock of the first end. Carl Malaret looking for a blank. It looks like it might not come back. This or over curled actually. And that guard goes through the house out of play. So it's going to be a steal of one for Chen. Malaret is going to take the hammer into the second ends. And so we're going to be right back in just a moment as we are going to try to do a live look in on the B sheets really quickly. So we're going to do some fuzzy camera work here. So, excuse me. So this is the last rock here in the first end on sheet B. There is one Pomeroy blue in the back of the house. As you see it go down, now we're going to switch to the overhead. So looking to hit and maybe roll out for the blank. Actually, more of a draw for single points. And so that is Team Fry there getting the single. And Pomeroy is going to have the hammer in the second end. And we'll be right back in just a moment as our coverage continues from the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns. Yeah? Oh, we have them on there, so we might as well show it, right?
We don't check out.
And kind of weird. We're going to walk around the warm room real quick.
You don't have to pack our suit. You can always come back and pick it up on the way out in time.
That's our ice tech for the weekend, Lauren. Thank you so much, everyone.
One of a very large team. Amazing.
All right, so sorry for the janky camera work. It's a revolution in curling technology. Well, I think Bay Area tried to do kind of a warm room camera, and I don't know how effective it was. They said they might not try it again for a while. Yeah. So let's turn that off for now. All right. So rocks in play here in the second end. The contest on our feature sheet between Malaret and Team Chen. If Team Chen wins, they're definitely going to be in the hunt for a playoff berth. Team Vets is pretty confident that they have secured at least a berth in the semifinals. As I mentioned, there's 2 pools of 5 teams each. The top 2 finishers in each pool advance to the semifinals. There are no tiebreakers, like a tie-breaking game, perhaps. So Malaret's trying to play a spoiler here. And this is going to be a center guard on the center line, so the no-tip rule is in effect as Brian Forsyth gets set for his second rock. Only been curling for about a year. His first experience at a bonspiel was earlier this year at the His/Her bonspiel in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, with Carl and some other players, finishing in 4th place. This is a bit up. I think they were hoping to maybe draw to the wing, but it might go through the house out of play, and it does. So Chen could try to make a play on the blue in the house, and is actually opting to draw around their own center guard, which makes a lot of sense. As the second for Team Chen, Alec Mitchell gets set, actually delivers the rock. This also looks to be upweight a bit, carrying down the ice. Starting to slow now. It looks like it's going to settle in the back of the house, if not all the way through. And actually, it's just back to the house. That was a good job hitting the brakes there. And it is covered by that center guard. As Trevor Dersch is stepping to the hat for Team Malaret, as Carl's looking for the shot, looking for the draw, following Alec down, looking for T-line weights. Looks like a good release, could be a little tight. We'll have to see where it ends up. Looking pretty good as it heads down the ice. There's a little bit of backing. Oh, it looks like it dug in right there. Now they're stripping to hold the line. The weight's just a little up, but it's enough to kind of kiss that red back to the, biting the 12-foot ring on the outer edge of the 8-foot. So now it is Malaret sitting shots, but Chen is narrowing the scoring area with those 2 blues, actually with that red in the back. There's a Malaret blue on the edge that, again, Chen is choosing to ignore as Alec throws a second. I think trying the same type of draw as before. Looking at the overhead, it looks like Malaret is sitting 2 with that blue on the outer right side of the sheets. And this, again, they definitely seem to have found a really good draw path down the ice. Just going to tap the Malaret blue back, and now it is Chen sitting shot once again. And it looks like Carl is content to just keep drawing down that path as Dersch gets set. Looking for another draw. Maybe it's a little less weight as before, but the weight looks pretty consistent. Both sweepers are really digging in. And looks like just the weight was the same, so it's going to actually wick off of the red and roll wide to the right. So again, that was kind of maybe just a little heavy. And so it does create an opening for Chen to put another one in on the top of the button. Again, going to that draw path that's been working so well for both teams, as Vice Alex Eaton Salners throws his first. He's a little wide as Chen kind of moved the broom towards the outer part of the ring. And this is going to curl up okay. This is the best view right now, despite the stutter. So Carl's calling for a little tap with Vice Phil Blitz's first as he pushes out from the right side hack for left-handed delivery. Looking for a little tap, a little taption, as I like to say sometimes. Tap action. Looks like it's going to make the contact. Where is it going to end up? It hits it right in the crotch, as it were. And just again, reminding people, do not ever go to crotchshot.com. It's just good advice for living. You know? Apparently, there's just not an actual site there, but just don't do it. So it looks like Malaret is sitting 1 and possibly 2 as Eaton Salners throws his seconds. So seeing some stutter because they're right in front of the receiver for the Wi-Fi. Past the guard, gonna hit the blue, shot blue, pushes them all back. So it just creates a pocket now. And so for Malaret, I mean, he can keep drawing into the pocket and hopefully be sitting 2 or more, but this is, I think, a really good accomplishment by Chen to just kind of shrink that scoring area. Because that scoring area is now just pretty much the 4-foot ring, and even tighter than that. As Blitz's next rock heads down the sheets. And trying to find the best angle here. Right into the pocket. So it looks like it's Malaret just sitting the 1. And there's space for Chen to draw on top and tap that Malaret blue back just a little bit. So a very narrow scoring area here. Trying to keep an eye on sheet B as Chen makes his way down the ice. Lots of fry red rocks in the center of the sheet on B. Looks like Pomeroy is looking to try to push him back, create an opening to draw for, I think, 1 or maybe 2. And Chen himself is looking to push the Malaret blue back and really force Malaret to try to throw some skill shots to get the single point, maybe more, depending on how it works out. As Will Chen is throwing his first without the hammer here in the second end. This is a bit wide. and actually wrecks the guard. It's going to clip the red on the outside of the 4-foot ring. This pushes it in about an inch. And so now Malaret has a chance to draw in, put a second stone in, and it'd be super difficult for Chen to get rid of them both and sit shot rock. So just going to throw probably a pretty consistent shot that they've all been throwing. Carl tends to like up weight. As he's getting set for his shots. Carl does like to throw up weight, but he can make draws. I've played with him in at the Oval in league many a time, so I get to see him a decent amount. Although it's been about a year since I've been on a team of his. This is his first with the hammer coming down the sheets. Looking to just go in the pockets. The weight looks a little up. Trevor's trying to hold the line. Actually, the weight was a little up. It's actually slowing a bit. And Trevor's trying to carry it, but it's trying to over curl into the pile. Pushes the blue back. And that second blue that Carl just threw is shot rock. But there is a little bit of a gap for Chen to throw. There's some danger. He can't throw a lot of heat or throw a lot of weight at it because it could push. I think it's not too bad. I mean, but you don't want to throw a lot of weight at it. Because there's a possibility of pushing the red that's already in second scoring position, or third scoring position, sorry, further back and create a bit of an opening for Malaret to get a multiple point score. Looking at sheet B, looks like Team Pomerantz trying to throw some heat at the pile of Fry reds in the rings. Didn't really move them much. So it looks like Fry is still sitting 2 in the back of the house as Will Chen gets set for his last rock here. Got a pretty good tuck delivery. He is throwing weight at it. And it looks like it's going to move him around a bit, but it doesn't really accomplish a bunch. It does kind of close one side of the 4-foot, but right now Malaret is sitting 2. And so they're looking at maybe trying to draw on the other side of the sheet, maybe trying to save shots just to see if they can get lucky. But they would basically need to draw the edge of the button to get a third point. And that's going to be a tough order. So Malaret's decision is made, going for the draw. Last rock here in the second end. Teams get 30 minutes of thinking time to play 8 ends. And these teams are playing pretty fast, so he's pretty much throwing it away. As we see the rock kind of sail to the wings. Threw the house out of play, so that is going to be 2 for Malaret. And Chen's going to grab the hammer and carry it into the third end. So while they get cleaned up, we're going to take a quick pause in the action, just to remind people that this event is being brought to you by our friends at doubletakeout.com. Throughout the competitive curling season, proprietor Ken Pomeroy updates the site with the latest stats, insights, and more from the top men's, women's, and mixed doubles teams from around the world. You can see how your team ranks with Ken's custom algorithm and ranking system. That's all at doubletakeout.com. Talk about audiobooks again. So let's take a quick look at the B sheet game. Oh, once again. So it looks like we're to this stone as we shift over to that game. Going through the window here.
Clear and Gatorade, yeah, Gatorade.
And then you got the time.
Yeah, then you end up.
So this is looks to be the last shots of the second end.
2 at my third next week.
Basically, drawing is 2, as you can see from the story.
So they say covered and further away from your heart take forever. Like, so this thing's gonna take a long time.
You're like this kind of
So it looks like it's not there.
laser while it's up here closer to my heart.
I've got one here.
So they're kicking rocks. So let's do a steal at 2 by Team Fry. And they're going to take a 3-0 lead over Team Pomeroy on the Sheet B game. So we'll keep you up to date as the action continues.
So, no, because
So we'll be right back.
You want to share with the other?
So again, going through the warm room. I just will take a second as the teams wave. So this is the warm room. You can stop waving now. So it's pretty cozy in here, but they got lockers, they got some toilet facilities. Just having some fun there. I'm going to turn away from that. Got a bar for libations and snacks, a TV and everything. So that is kind of a trip around the warm room. And we have the seating where we can see the action. Following David, that's around. And Ray's rock out. So that's the warm room right there. So we're going to pause a second. We'll be right back. All right, we're seeing the lead for Team Chen. That's Martin Blomgren throw his first. It's a 2-1 game here on our feature sheet. Malaret scoring the 2 in the second end. Chen has a hammer. Martin has been curling for 4 years. He failed Learn to Curl in 2019, which I need to ask how he was able to do that. And then he was voted most likely to take up bowling, which could be construed as like a harsh slam or maybe just a acknowledgement of the reality of the situation. So it looks like Blomgren's kind of drawn to the right wing as Trevor Dersch gets set for his first rock. Trevor has been curling for about 4 years. He's been to multiple Bonspiels, where he's achieved A bracket runner-up, B event runner-up, and recently won the Hive Bonspiel in this past April. He aspires to play professionally in the future, which is, I think, a lot of people's dreams. And that draw is in the top of the house. And so that's the 5th rock to the end. And so Chen is choosing to take it out. as Alec Mitchell, with 3 years of experience, is making sure the call is agreed upon. He curls out of both Orange County and Hollywood Curling. Started curling in 2021. He's throwing some heat here at the Southern California Curling Center, but has been on arena ice since the SoCal Curling Center closed about a year after that. Oh. So definitely moves the blues around. One of the blues goes through the house at a great pace, and Curl had to kind of rush to catch it. But the people from Lake Tahoe, I'm sure, definitely appreciate the fact that he caught it. Rocks are pretty hardy, but we don't want them to hit the boards unnecessarily. So it looks like Malaret was looking to basically take out those rocks guarding ore in the top of the house. So looking for some takeout heat from Dersh. This looks like it's going to be pretty good. Going to get one of the reds out of play. And then the second red was moving, but it just rolls back a little bit to the top of the 8-foot white ring. So right now the situation is that Malaret is sitting 1 and 3 in the house, and Chen is sitting second in the 8-foot, kind of where that rock just ended up from Dersh's throw. And so Alec is getting sets for his second throw. Was in the men's club playdowns for MoPac earlier this year, ending in a tiebreaker finish while playing leads. Looks like Blomgren's really trying to sweep to get it over, and it's not going to. Oh, it kisses it just a little bit and pushes that blue further under cover. And so Malaret, without the hammer, is I think looking to. They looked at drawing around the center, and actually is choosing to, I think, make a play on that red stone in the outer 8-foot ring for Vice Phil Blitz, throwing as a lefty. I've been curling for 9 or 10 years, depending on if you count COVID, and he's not counting COVID, or the COVID year. Looking for a takeout. You don't want to have any sort of jam situation, and there is no jam. And now Malaret is sitting 3. So Chen, I think, is looking for heavy draw for Alex Salners. He's been curling for 4 years, and in his 4 years he has 2 8-enders to his name. One at the Southern California Curling Center and the other at the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Facility in Oakland. And been curling for 4 years. That's pretty amazing. Because I've been curling for 8 years and I haven't been close to an 8-ender. So I thought heavy draw. It actually is just a pretty straight draw. Ends up wicking off of the blue on the button, and it rolls right on top of the pin almost. Is shot, but then it's open for Carl and Phil Blitz to get access to. And Phil knows that some people in Utah call him the Mark Kennedy of Utah. Mark Kennedy being a popular gold medalist left-handed curler from Canada. And so Phil's shot is made thanks to Brian Forsyth's heavy sweep. So Blitz has been called the Mark Kennedy of Utah. He said he thinks they are being nice because he's not that good looking. But he also has thoughts about not liking being a lefty just because if you make the shot, you were supposed to make the shot, and if you don't make the shot, it's because you're a lefty. So Alex is going to make that shot again. That not quite heavy draw to the button. And now Blomden's trying to push it over. And it looks like that's going to be a made shot there. Just kiss that blue back to the full forefoot. And so now Chen is sitting 1 on the lid. And the Malaret is right nearby. There's a possible jam situation. And so it looks like Carl's making his way down the ice. Looking for, I think, normal takeout weights. It could be a little light, and then maybe stick around. Just really help to narrow that scoring circle for Team Chen. So looking for some heat from Carl Malaret here in the third end without the hammer. This line is hanging out a little outside. Brian's trying to push it over. Does get the jam, and Phil's going to sweep the red out of the house. The shooter goes away, and also the blue that was the second stone is gone. So the result of the play is that the center of the house is wide open, but Malaret is sitting 2 on the wings. So not quite a double takeout. Doesn't count when you take out your own stones, despite my insistent argument that it does count. So it looks like Chen's going to try a draw. Only looking for about 2.5 feet of curl, just based on where Alex has the broom. Will Chen's been curling for 10 years. He's an ex-board member of the Granite Curling Club of Seattle. He's a current board member at Hollywood Curling. And he's proud of the fact that given the lack of dedicated ice in Southern California, he's managed to curl 2 to 3 times a week between Hollywood Curling and Orange County Curling. And that is quite a feat. Finding ice time is a challenge for arena curlers. But if you're able to curl 2 or 3 times a week and do so with intention, you can really boost your curling game. And let's see if this draws here for Will Chen. It's kind of hanging out. Now it's curling, and it's probably going to settle in back of the house as Phil Blitz really puts some elbow grease into it, just to push it to the back of the 8-foot. And so it looks like Carl's just going to try and hit that out and then force Chen to do that shot again for a single point. And that would tie the game, provided the shots are both made. Some fist bumps for Chen and Alex in the back. Carl did set in the hat after talking over the shot with his teammates. And this is Carl's last here without the hammer. Looking to just get rid of the Chen stone. I think sit around in the back of the 8-foot. It could provide some backing. Now they're trying to hold the line. Oh, this could be a bit of a miss as it crashes on the guard. The shooter's going to roll through the house, harmlessly out of play, and now Chen has a shot for 2. So over curled. It didn't look like it was tight out of hand. So all Will Chen has is a draw for 2. All he has. It's a great opportunity for him. Last rock coming from Will Chen to hammer. Chance for 2. And to take a 1-point lead over Team Malaret. Let's switch views. Sorry, guys. This weight looks maybe just like a smidge more than his last. There's a little bit of backing, and so it spills the shot stone back, but not far enough. Actually, it looks like it might be far enough to outcount, or to have the blue outcount the Malaret blue. So it looks like it might be one, but let's see what score they put up. And some fist bumps exchanged. Kind of waiting to see what score they post. But while they do that, oh, sorry. All right, here we are. So the last rock here. I'm showing you guys on camera now. You guys are on camera. All right. This is the last rock. Looking for one. See the rock go down the ice. He doesn't seem happy with that shot. Looking at the overhead here. This looks like it's doing pretty good. He needs to sit down. There's some backing there. Right on the lid for 1. So, Pomeroy is on the board there. It is Team Fry. And I'm going to switch away from this.
All hands go.
Right. Thank you guys, you're great. So the warm room's having fun tonight. And again, we'll try to keep you updated on what's happening on the B sheets, the sheet B, as rocks are in play here on our feature game on sheets A. Looking at the score on sheet B, Pomeroy did get that signal against Team Fry, but Fry is up, looks like 3-1. Some of the lingers might be getting into the microphone. Not coming from me though. So Malaret is sitting shots behind 2 guards as Brian Forsyth gets set. I think looking to draw through the port perhaps. Don't want to peel any of these guards out of play with the 5 rock rule in effect. It's curling a little bit, so it's going to tick the guard and roll back towards the center. Actually, it goes over the center or across the center, and settles as a staggered guard on that left side. And so it looks like Chen would like to draw down on top of the blue with Alec Mitchell's shot. So this draw, watch it come down here. Gonna make some tap on the blue in the back, and it's gonna be the red is gonna be a little open. So Malaret's gonna try to hit and roll to the right, and just to confirm. Oh, that was just a single for Chen. So they are tied at 3 in the fourth end, as Trevor Dersch makes his shot. Looking for a hit and a little roll. It's going to be a close thing. The hit's made. The roll's going to go a little wide to the right, and we have a bumper hit. So weather-wise, it's been kind of chilly today, and we had some rain. There was snow in the forecast at some elevations. I don't know how low it was going to go. Obviously, with Lake Tahoe a short distance away, we're in a bit of a valley. And this shot from Mitchell heading down the ice. Again, Blomgren's really digging in to try and push it on top of the Malaret shot stone, and it looks like it's going to be really close to being on the money. And it is indeed on said money. So Dersch is going to make a draw, I believe. I think maybe to try to tap the red on the side, or maybe right top of the red, and hope to maybe move it around later. Although this rock is a little on the slow side, both Brian and Phil are really sweeping and have it carry, and they're getting the job done, as it will curl down on top of that red. Not a corner freeze. Looks like there's about a stone separation between the shot stone blue on the button and the red in the back forefoot. So it looks like Chen's looking for a backline wait for Alex Salmers is first here. Kind of looking to push that blue back and out of the way. His shots away. And it looks pretty close. It's going to clip the blue and push it back on top of the red. So now they're creating that pocket again. Thanks to everyone tuning into this nightcap game. It's been pretty crazy. Pretty fitting cap to a very lengthy and exciting day of curling. This is the 5th game of the day. The 10th game overall of pool play. And we're setting up the slate for tomorrow morning's semifinals. Set to start at about 8:20, I would say. Practice starts at 8, and then both teams do about 8 minutes of practice. So looks like Phil Blitz is being asked to draw. I think probably like the top of the forefoot. It's going to be close. see where it's going to finish. It actually it goes a little deep and goes to the back of the 4 foot. So that's I would say that's a miss because it creates some backing for Chen. So Alex is throwing his second rock now. And looks to be a little more weight this time. I think maybe looking to sit on top of the blue. Although it might tick the red on the side. It does. And it scoots in the back. So again, that would also maybe count as a slight miss there. So now Malaret's going to ask Phil Bliss to try the same type of shots. I would say less weight. Basically, if you sit on the 4 foots, it's going to be really hard for Chen to get rid of those blue stones, and sets Malaret up for a multiple point score, multiple point end. So this draw is coming down. This looks to be up weight again. I think they may have just found a fast path down the sheets because this is the 3rd shot down the path. And heavy again. Looks like it could be Malaret sitting 2, but that red on the tee line could be out counting it. But again, most of those rocks are behind the tee line. Actually, all those rocks are behind the tee line. And so Will Chen could just draw down on top of that and really take away any advantage that Malaret has in this end. So Chen has the broom down as he makes his way down the ice. So again, kind of I think looking to maybe throw some heat just based on where the broom is. Although it might not be curling much down this path that Aiden Saunders has the broom on. And indeed, it looks to be just maybe backline weights. Both Alec and Martin are sweeping, I think, for distance and line, as it is now curling a bunch. And see where it ends up. It slowed down a bunch right there, and it's just going to park in the top of in front of the house. So I wonder if it picked there. So I tried to do a replay, but the app crashed again. Maybe the app is telling me something. So it looks like Malaret's going to try that draw that Phil tried. I think it's a little less weight. I mean, light's the miss in this situation because Malaret's sitting 1, maybe 2, and they don't want to create an opportunity for Chen to park on top of Malaret's shot stones. And Carl, his curling journey started after the 2002 Salt Lake Olympics with his spouse Shara. They started curling with the Wasatch Curling Club and won the club's inaugural 8-team league, playing skip and vice. Not a lot of curling opportunities at the time, but he was able to be on the winning team for the Utah Winter Games and placed second at the Logan Bonspiel. Trevor's sweeping to carry the rock. This likes the miss here, I would think. So they're really sweeping it, but they don't want it to carry into the pile. And it looks like the wheel sits in the 4 foots. Actually, it's going to be fully on the lid. So Chen could throw heat at this, but there's a lot of jam possibilities, so heat's not the option. I think Chen can basically throw a heavy draw, maybe to push the stones back a little bit, and then maybe only give up 1, depending on how Carl plays this last. And then looking at sheet B. In the 4th end, it looks like they're at Stipstones as well. I don't know if we're going to be able to do the live look-in. Brooms down for Team Chen as he makes his way down the ice. On sheet B, it looks like Pomeroy's sitting shot on the button. Looks like it's a pretty open shot. So we'll try to update you as that happens. We are in the 4th end, so we're going to take a 5-minute break just to kind of pause as the other teams do. I'm not a team, but as the teams do. So he's throwing a hack weight, it looks like. And this is going to be an interesting shot. It's going to clip the blue, roll to the right, and push the red there to the side. And so now Malaret has a chance for 4. So I would definitely say that was a miss just based on the outcome there. Malaret needs to make sure he has that shot lined up precisely. Although I think just wants to make sure he hits it on the side. He doesn't want to have an overcurl and jam on the blue in the back of the 4 foot. But the shot is there. And he definitely wants the misses to hit it inside. Doesn't want it to overcurl and hit it back into the pile on the 4 foot. So this is the last rock from Carl Malaret. This is it's overcurling into the guard. So curious about what happened there. Looks like Brian was sweeping it right out of hand. So it appears to be a score of 2, and it just curled a bunch. One of the commenters on YouTube last night said that maybe the center's a little high, so rocks might be curling away from the center. So we'll see what score they post, but we are in the 4th end break. So now we're going to try the shift to the B game really quickly and get some of the warm room razzing. Part of the name of the game, I guess. So they're kicking rocks. It looks like Pomeroy was able to score multiple points. It looks like 2, and that looks like it's going to get into a tie at the 4th end break.
Yeah, they're gonna play.
And they are tied at 3. So I'm good. We'll be back in just a moment. Palmer has scored 2. It really helps if you take the microphone off of mute.
I think I know who's going.
Yeah. Because you know Eric will.
Well, I mean the ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
How can you guys see it here? It's so cold.
But it's so hot in there.
I didn't even score. This is dumb.
Let's get this done. All right, guys, let's beat these dumbasses. How much time we got? 3 seconds. Welcome back to the second half of our
2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns. The mic wasn't on until just now, so everyone's just laughing for reasons I don't know why.
It's better off that way.
Okay, good. They said I'm better off that way. So we have a pretty good battle between Team Malaret of Oval Curling of Utah and Team Chen of Hollywood Curling. Orange County Curling, my apologies. I think they do have some affiliation with Hollywood, but they're entered in this event as OC Curling. As we see Brian Forsyth throw his second rock. Scoring was Chen stole the first ends, and then Carl was able to score 2 with a hammer in the seconds. Chen was forced to a single in the third, and then Malaret, pardon me, is being a little late. He scored 2 in that last end. Lots of play, a very aggressive gameplay from both teams. Chen is fighting for a spot in the playoffs. As part of the 2 games on the ice, there's 3 teams vying for a playoff spot. As Martin Blomgren throws his second. This one was a little wide. Or wide. And maybe a little up weight. They're just walking it down, maybe hoping it's going to sit down. And it doesn't look like it's going to stop. As we have a little bit of stutter. So I need to find a better place for the receiver of the camera signals. It's primarily line of sight, and I guess I chose the place where people like to stand, unfortunately. As we see Trevor Dersch throw his first for Team Malaret. And I think looking to try and draw around those center stones, the staggered, offset center stones. And it looks like he's going to get around those guards. It looks to be a little on the heavy side, and so Chen's going to put a broom on it, send it to the back of the 8-foot white ring, touching the blue 12-foot ring. And these rings are measured by diameter, so it's 12 feet across. As Alec Mitchell is throwing his first. Lots of experience in this field this weekend, but we also have some newer players, which is great to see. One of the goals of Arena Nationals and nowadays Arena Playdowns is to give competitive experience to arena teams that might not be able to field competitive teams at higher levels of competition, like club nationals, mixed teams. It's also, I think, one of the purposes of Arena Nationals to kind of help build a tradition of vying for championships, which is relatively new for arena curlers. It started, I think, after the Torino games, maybe the Vancouver games. That'd be 06 or 2010. Dersch is throwing that draw again. Phil Blitz is sweeping along with Brian, I think, for distance. And this is going to end up a little on the light side. Trevor kind of was bobbling his head as they're kind of saying, kind of doing a shrug, a so-so gesture, I suppose you could just call it. Like Chen is going to try to clear some of these guards in front of the house, looking for Alec to bring the boom. And let's see if he also has the funk. called off. And it does get one of the blue darts out of play. And the shooter also is going to roll away. So Malaret is sitting shot buried. It's behind the tee line. So Chen could, if he gets enough of an opening, draw on top of that shot stone. And so Carl's looking to, I think, just draw to the top 12 using very sophisticated visual clues and verbal clues. Kind of when you slap the ice where you want the rock to end up, I think that's where he wants the rock to go. So Phil Blitz gets set. Maybe a smidge wide. Hoping to end up in the top 12 foot, but the way it's carrying, it might actually end up deeper than that. Now it's a matter of just going to stop in the house, and it will, right on the tee line. And so that gives Chen a target to draw to, or to take out. I think he might be looking at the takeout, actually opting to draw. Alex delivers. He's a righty, so it'll be interesting to see how his path matches against Phil Blitz, who is a lefty. The differences can be subtle. And also sometimes lefties can be trained to slide out to match the delivery slide of a righty. So Super's Rada, now they're called off, I think, wanting the rock to hog. But it's going to actually cross the hog line and remain in play, and it does block off that path. So now Carl and Team Malaret is sitting 2, and he's looking to close the door on that left side. Again, using the secret clues of curling, such as again hitting the broom on the ice where you want the rock to go. Draw, hoping for a guard, so a little less weight from Phil Blitz in his last here in the 5th end. This is gliding a little bit, but it's going to come to rest just behind the center guard. And so now Chen's going to try the peeling the center guards again. Needs to try to create a path to the center of the house to score a single, maybe 2 points, but I think really he might be getting forced to this end. So the broom's down for takeout, asking for control weights from Ian Saunders. Line looked pretty good out of hands. Calling for a heavy sweep, as it looks like it is over curling. It crashes on the red guard and then into the center guards, and pushes the blue into the house. And adds a 3rd shot for Malaret. And so it looks like he's going to try to put up another guard, because the draw pass to the button is open again on that right side. Looking for top 12, so not a guard necessarily, but something to block the path. Merrill is set for his first without the hammer here in the 5th end. Looking at skip stones on sheet B. Lots of rocks in play, but they're almost all entirely in front of the house. Looks like there's one Pomeroy blue in the top of the 12-foot. As we see the Malaret rock head down the ice. Lights the miss here, and it looks like it will be light. Not for like a trying. It looks like it's going to maybe nibble. Nope, not nibble, just a tight guard on the right. And so, we ask the warm room really quickly. All right, so that was the first of the skip stones on sheet B. Probably keep an eye on that. Both sheets are playing about the same pace, which makes it hard to switch between games. So on sheet A, our featured game, lots of rocks in play as well. Oh goodness, that was a good shot there from Team Fry on sheet B. Was that a raise or was it just a straight draw? It was a raise. Okay, well done raise on sheet B by Fry. Raises the red from the guard zone into the top of the 12-foot, biting the 8-foot ring. And so sheet B has 2 rocks, while sheet A, our feature game, has 3 rocks to go. So sheet B is going to finish their end before we do, most likely. TSN has tape delay, which makes it easier. But we don't have tape delay. This is Will Chen's shots. I think looking to maybe hit the Malaret blue on the wing and then maybe roll towards the center. This guy actually hits and stick. So a lot of weight there. Malaret's now sitting 2. And it looks like he's going to try and take a similar shot, but hopefully get a bit of a roll there. And so it looks like on sheet B, Palmer is throwing his last with the hammer in a tied game. Looks like some weights and some interesting ricochet action. And it pushes the reds back to just behind the tee line on the edge of the 4-foot ring on sheet B. So Fry is sitting 1, and they might be looking to see how they can get 2 out of this. As we see on our feature sheet, Malaret throwing his last. Trevor's just clinging the rock here as it makes its way down the ice. Looks like this might be, actually it looks pretty good. It's going to hit, it's going to roll. Wick off of the shot stone on the 4-foot and roll just outside the button on the right side. So that was a great shot from Malaret. Let's see it again. It's way down the ice. Looks like this might be, actually it looks pretty good. It's going to hit, it's going to roll. Wick off of the shot stone on the 4-foot and roll. You just heard me say that. So now we're going to see what Chen can do against 3 Malaret blues in the house. And it looks like they're going to try an angle raise, and they're going to need a precision hit. And it looks like their plan B is to maybe just hit it on top of the blue in the back. And so sheet B, they're ended, and it's just 2. It's 2. Was it a draw? Or oh, it was a draw. Okay, yeah, thank you. So Fry retakes the lead. It's now, I think, 5-3 on sheet B. So Will has the broom down for that angle raise. That's going to be a tricky shot. but they're facing 3 and fighting for a spot in the playoffs. So the broom's down for that angle raise. And his shot's away. Needs to hit it almost, I think, about just left of center. And it's not going to get back. Maybe they're looking for a draw as a plan B. If they are full 8 foot, they cut Malaret down to 2. Not there, unfortunately, so it's going to be a steal of 3. And Malaret's going to take a 7-2 lead over Chen. And Chen's going to keep the hammer for the 6th end. So we're going to take a hydration break and hope you're right back as our coverage continues for the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. So we're about to get underway here in the 6th end from the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. Brian Forsyth is throwing the first stone for Team Malaret. Team Malaret, I'm fairly certain, is not in a playoff position. Checking Bondspieler in just a moment. So the top 2 teams of each pool advance, and Malaret is at 1-2, and the best you can do is 2-2. And there's 2 teams that would out count that with 3-1 records. So they are not going to be able to punch their ticket to the playoffs. But they had a hard-fought weekend. We've had some really great games on all draws, a couple extra ends. Had a technical timeout as we're going to see this Chen stone turn into a corner guard. So it looks like Brian's being asked to draw around that center guard that he just put up. Set a little outside, so it might not get around. Also looks like it's carrying a little bit. Although sometimes once the stone digs in, it does slow, and we are starting to see the slow. It came back. However, it was a little heavy, so they really couldn't sweep it for line. So that does bring the blue into the rings, the shooter, and so now Chen's going to make a play on it. I think looking for a hit and roll from Martin Longgren. Doing the clockwise in-turn rotation. Calling for some sweeping. And it's going to kiss the shot stone and push it under the cover on the right. So unfortunately, that I would score that shot as a miss. Good effort though by the team. So Carl's looking for a 3-4 weight rock. I kind of mentioned in the last draw, I haven't really explained the zone system for where rocks are on the sheets. So I'll do it now. We got a minute. So in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was a Canadian curler named Randy Furby, and he and his team developed a system where they took the playing area of a curling sheet and divided it into 10 portions. Starting from 1 at the very top by the hog line and 10 in the back. And so the first 3 zones are the guard zone. The guard zone divided into thirds. When the rock touches the top of the rings, that's 4. And then the top of the 8 foot's 5, the top of the 4 foot's 6, the T line is 7, and so on, 8, 9, 10. So when Carl asked for a 4 to 5, he wanted the rock to be basically in the 12-foot ring, and it looks like Dersh delivered. So Alex is throwing a little upweight here with his first, maybe a second. Needs to curl back a little bit. And we just have another kiss again. It's going to be enough to get it through the house out of play. So a shot made. However, it keeps the sheet open, and so Chen needs rocks in play. As Dersh is going to throw his second. So that was Alex first. As we see Trevor throw his second. I think looking for a very similar shot. Looking for the 4 or 5 zone, the top of the 12-foot to the full 12-foot. As we watch the rocks merrily go along. Merrily we roll along. And actually that's more of a guard because it's in the guard zone. This is the insightful commentary that you get from me at an hour before midnight. So now Chen has the broom down for a draw, asking Alec Mitchell to, I think, maybe get a piece of the 4 foots. So looking at the situation here, we have 3 teams on the ice looking to punch their tickets into tomorrow morning's semifinals. This round's going to be a little heavy. Go through the house out of play. So Chen is looking to try to win and enter a tie, a 3-way tie in Pool B with Teams Gilbert and Betts. At 3-1. If Chen were to lose this game, then Gilbert and Betts would advance to the semifinal, and I think Betts would have the top seed because they defeated Gilbert in the pool play. And on sheet B, why we've been keeping track of the game in large part is because it's a win and you're in the semifinals. As a Fry and Pomeroy are tied at 2-1. As Carl comes out to help sweep and gets it to the full 8-foot. So on sheet B, we have a 2-way tie between Fry and Pomeroy at 2-1. The winner of this game on sheet B will advance to the semifinal, where the top seed would go to Team Spangler, which is the only undefeated team in the field. Also, Spangler has the best draw shot at 236.7. It's the best draw shot by about 100 centimeters. As we see Alex Saunders throw his first, looking to blow up the center. Going to make contact with the blue. Send it off to the sides. And the shooter is going to roll, I think, to the right into the guard position. So I haven't seen the semifinal setup, but it makes sense for the top seed from one pool to cross over and play the 2 seed from the other pool. So if the well, I just wait to see how Friday ends up. Still a lot of games in play, so I'm not going to speculate on what the games might be in terms of the teams playing, because I don't know. However, that first game is going to be at about 8:20 tomorrow morning. And we'll have that game on the MoPac YouTube channel. That's just going to be about 8:50, pardon me. And then the championship game is going to be at about 12:20. 8:50 and 12:20. Those are the times, Pacific time, for the semifinal and the championship. And of course, the winner of this game will advance to the Arena Nationals coming up in October at the Curling Club in Wausau, Wisconsin. They'll join the women's representative Team Aces from Silicon Valley. They prevailed at the women's arena playdowns held last month at this very same club, Lake Tahoe Epic Curling. So I think we get an extra half hour of sleep, and I'm definitely banking on that. So I can help you all bushy-eyed and bright-eyed. Bushy-eyed and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. All right, turning our attention to the feature game. Looks like they're going to try the draw again as Eaton Salmers delivers. The rock is pretty close to being on target. The weight's going to be important, as it looks like it might be a little heavy again. And it is going to go through the back of the house. And Carl's going to make sure it goes out of play. So now it is Malaret sitting 2 buried. In a fairly good position, so he's looking to close the door with his next stone. I think that would be his first of 2 stiff stones without the hammer. Have a pretty interesting situation developing on sheet B. Looks like Palmer is sitting 2, somewhat protected.
Thank you, guys.
So looks like Carl's going to go for a draw here on sheet A. Looking to see where we are at on sheet B. So it looks like Malaret is going to put up the rock in the top 8 foot, and that does give a possible shot for Chen. So we'll keep an eye on that situation, but we're going to shift our focus briefly to the second game on sheet B. So we are the skip stones here on sheet B. Oh, there's a really cool echo. Echo, echo. Okay, turning off the iPhone mic. So Pomeroy is looking to, I think, try to get some multiple points. Just based on when he has the room, he might want to. It's really quiet. Sorry. Okay, so I'm trying to see what shot Ken wants. As he's sitting 2 in around the button, as you can see for this overhead. And his shot's away. Trying to find a good angle here. Throwing a lot of weights. It's going to get... Wow. Gets a lot of rocks moving, and it's going to get 3 right now at the end of the end. And it's going to jump into the lead for the first time in this game by 1 point. It's going to be a 6-5 game, Team Pomeroy over Fry. And once again, the winner of this game will advance to the semifinals tomorrow morning.
Just block it. We're sitting 3. Now forward between them. Where that red is, on the right and on blue. Yeah. No. I'm going to kill that. They can get through there. And I don't want to win that.
So shifting our attention back to our feature game, Malaret is still sitting 3, and it looks like he wants to put up a rock to block the path for Chen to get into a scoring position. As Brian is really sweeping that stone to hold the line. It's going to, I think, maybe kiss the guard. No, it doesn't kiss the guard. It just basically almost papers the guard, and it sits right on top of that Chen red. Now the question is, what does Chen do to, really even salvage a point in this situation? And so it looks like they're going to try to do a red raise on the right, which is fun to say 5 times fast. Red raise on the right, red raise on the right. Okay, that's 2. It was 3 technically. So that's the shot as Alex has the broom down. Needs to throw, I would think, back 8 weights. Close to the back 8 weight as the shot's away. Will Chen looking for a double raise for a single points. Alex is calling the sweepers off. Needs to come back a bit. It looks pretty close as it's going to make contact. It's going to kick the red just back to the top of the 12-foot, and that's going to be the ball game as they exchange handshakes. There's going to be Team Malaret a score of 10-2. And that concludes both teams' journeys in this Playdown event. So it looks like it'll be Gilbert and Betts in Pool B advancing to the semifinals tomorrow morning at about 8:50. Betts will be the top seed, if I remember correctly. Chen ends their event with a 2-2 record. Malaret 2-2. Malaret would have the tiebreaker by winning this game. We're going to take a quick pause in the action because we're going to move the cameras and focus our attention on the B sheet game. So do stick with us. We'll be right back.
Just keep
whoa was more of an exaggeration. I didn't mean to be telling him whoa. Yeah, when I saw that thing tick, I was like, whoa. Oh, yeah. We get it. Like that works. Yep. Clean this.
Yeah, even afterwards, like this.
Next level, so you can the front end. After they throw, just before you throw your hat, yeah.
All right, we have our bonus coverage ready. Thanks for the delay. Apologies for the delay. Ken Pomeroy sitting 2 without the hammer here in the 7th ends. And this is to decide who advances to the playoffs tomorrow morning. Either Team Pomeroy of Oval Curling or Team Fry of Wine Country. It's been a pretty solid back and forth game. But it looks like Pomeroy has been able to, just a multiple point ends, to take a 1 point lead in the 7th end. So it's very much a hard fought, close knit game. To use overly loaded euphemisms. So now Fry's looking to see how they can get into the house. And it's kind of tricky. They might have an angle raise, and it's kind of where they have the broom positions. Excuse me. So as Mike Fry heads down the ice, his vice is Ryan Fox. I think we saw Team Fry just a couple games ago, actually, on the feature sheets. They were the 2:50 game or the 3 o'clock game, playing against Team Burnt, and Fry was the victor. Last rock coming here in this 7th end. Trying an angle raise, I think, to maybe at the very least cut Pomeroy down to 1. So this is not the raise anymore, it's more of a draw. He's trying to kiss off of the guard and roll harmlessly to the side. And so that's going to be a steal of 2 for Pomeroy to take an 8-5 lead into this critical 8th end. And this is definitely one of those games that you play out because a playoff berth is on the line. So we're going to catch our breath from all the camera switcheroos, and we'll be back in just a moment to the 2024 MoPac Men's Arena Playdowns, coming to you live from Lake Tahoe Epic Curling.
No, I thought it was one. 2 blue. He's gonna let us know.
Yeah, I wasn't a part of that decision. All right. Let's do it.
Welcome back. We're seeing lead rocks from Ryan Tanner for Team Pomeroy. I think going to throw into the house, trying to draw play into the rings. So Team Fry needs to generate some offense to either tie or score the win, as we see Sean Johnson throw his first rocks, or singular rock. If you're throwing more than one rock at a time, you might not be doing this right. Puts up a corner guard. The hope to generate some offense. As Pomeroy is wearing his green bucket hats, I don't know if I would say it's a lucky hat. So I had to double check with him. But Ken often dons funny headgear as kind of like a rally cap, as it were. And this shot is going to end up getting around that corner guard, settling in at the top of the house. Again, I think just challenging Fry to draw play into the rings. So warm room's getting loud again. It's understandable, of course. as Sean gets ready to throw his last here in this crucial 8th end. Looking to hit one of the blues, and it's going to have the shooter roll to the side. The shot stone goes through the house out of play. So with that shot, now Paul Tanner is going to take out the red on the wing of love. Ken's calling for a hard sweep, looking to maybe get a little bit of a roll. Mission accomplished. It does have the shooter roll toward the back of the button under the not too much cover of the top blue. Pomeroy sitting 2, up 3. So this could also be a situation where Pomeroy is going to try to run Fry out of rocks. As the second for Team Fry, and this would be Bob. Bob Kunstel. I just want to make sure I get the names right. He's able to kick that blue to the side, but the shooter is lost. So now with the 5-rock guard rule off, Palmer's opting to peel the guard. He's taking a look to try to avoid a jam in the house. As Paul delivers his shots. Teams are starting to run tight on time. In a second you'll see the overhead. Looking for a peel, just glances. And then the shooter is going to jam in the on the blue in the house. So I mentioned teams running tight on time. About halfway through the end, teams have about 2.5 minutes and 3 minutes. It should be enough to finish, but they cannot dilly-dally. So Bob is going to try to take on the blue shot stone just behind the button. So the sweepers are jumping out to try to hold the line, but actually ends up peeling the guard. So now Team Fry has 4 rocks, and they need to make at least 3 of those count. It's a pretty tall order. It does look like Pomeroy is calling a timeout. So let's see if we can listen in. I don't know what they might be talking about. And they're also center ice. So let's see what we can hear. All right, I'm gonna say you can't hear anything. Just a little too much background noise and the other team talking, so I definitely do like being able to see if we can listen in. As you can tell, because I keep trying to do it. Every game there's a timeout. So the decision's made. And it looks like Palmer is just going to hit out his own stone, which is a bold strategy, Cotton. I think it does kind of make sense. It's almost like the Kevin Martin decision during the World Championship, where they took so much time to just ultimately throw the rock away. because Martin was convinced that throwing a deliberate shot would not improve the situation. So this is Jacob Almaris, and that's going to go through the rings, out of play. So a wide open house now for the third of Team Fry. And that would be, sorry. I think that's Ryan Fox. And I'm pretty sure it is because we're going to see a shirt that says Fox on the back in a moment. So they need to, they're not going for a takeout. They need rocks to draw to. And they need rocks to be in the house counting. So this is going to be close. Ends up actually on the edge of the sheets, about 8 inches above the house, not counting. And so Ken's just going to, I think, maybe just do a heavy draw to take it out. Or he's looking to maybe put another rock in the rings. I guess he's worried about the jam possibility, perhaps, or missing the takeout. So the broom's down for Jacob. His last here in this 8th end. Looking to just kind of draw on top of the forefoot, but this is over curling a bunch. It's going to settle in as a guard, and I would call that shot a miss, just because you don't want to provide any protection for Fry to draw around. So Fry has 3 rocks left. Each of these need to count, or he needs to bring that 4th stone on just above the house into play, into scoring position. It's a tall order as Ryan throws his last. So the rock is curling. It looks to be a little up. Needs to stick around. The shooter is going to roll to the back of the house. Hang on to the very edge. So it's not over yet, folks. So they're talking about the time situation as Ken makes his way down the ice. And this is a situation where Paul has the broom down to hit that red out of play. And then every rock remaining on the sheet needs to count for Team Fry. Pomeroy has 47 seconds to play 2 stones. Plenty of time. Going for a takeout to take Team Fry to the brink. Needs to come back a little bit as Ryan Tanner tries to push it back. It's going to make some contacts, and the shooter rolls away. The red rock also is gone. And so now every rock needs to count for Team Fry. That was a good shot by Pomeroy. So it looks like they're going to try to, I think, hit the red into the rings now. Maybe push the blue back to create some backing for 3 red Fry stones. But the next 2 shots from Fry are going to be on this path if it comes down to it. They're kind of blocking the clock right now, but they're getting super close to running out of time. As Mike Fry is throwing his first here, hanging by a thin piece of paper, as it were. This is up weights. They can't lose the shooter or it's game over. And they are going to lose the shooter. So it's going to be handshakes. Team Pomeroy is going to secure the win. Oh, I lost the scoreboard.
Pomeroy.
So Pomeroy is going to win by a score of 8-5. As I bring it back onto the screen there. So the playoff picture is now set. By winning this game, Team Pomeroy advances to the playoffs as the second seed in Pool A. Going to advance to, I think, face Team Best, the top seed of Pool B. And I do believe Team Spangler is going to face off against Team Gilbert's. And that's going to be all at 8:50 in the morning tomorrow. Let me double check the time. So semifinals are going to be early. I'm going to say 8:50 or so. And then the winners of that game will advance to the final at about 12:20. And so those games are going to be on the MoPac YouTube channel. So, but for now, we're going to kind of wind things down before midnight. So for all of us here at MoPac, Lake Tahoe, Epic Curling, and DoubleTakeout.com, this is your host, Ryan Olson, saying good night and good curling. We hope you'll join us tomorrow morning about 8:50. So long.